If you ask someone to imagine the perfect fish, they'd probably describe something sleek, fast, and powerful. Maybe something like a shark slicing through the water, or tuna built like a torpedo. Efficient, elegant, designed for survival. Now imagine the complete opposite of that. A fish shaped like a giant floating pancake. A body that looks like it got cut in half. Tiny fins awkwardly flapping like broken wings. A mouth that can't even close properly. A creature so bizarre that it seems less like an animal and more like a biological mistake. That is the ocean sunfish. Often called the most ridiculous fish in the ocean sunfish has earned a reputation online as the dumbest, dirtiest, ugliest animal that ever lived. It's been mocked, memed, and misunderstood. But behind all the jokes lies a creature that is not only real, but also one of the most fascinating animals on Earth. Let's take a deep dive into the strange life of this ocean oddity. A fish that looks incomplete. The first time you see an ocean sunfish, your brain might struggle to process what you're looking at. It doesn't resemble a typical fish at all. Instead of a long, streamlined body, it looks like someone took a normal fish and chopped off the entire back half. What's left is a flattened, almost circular body with a blunt re-end called a clavus, a structure that replaces the traditional tail. It has two main fins, one on top dorsal fin, and one on the bottom anal fin. These fins flap back and forth in a strange, synchronized motion, almost like wings. That's how it moves. There is no powerful tail to propel it forward. No sleek design to cut through water. Just flapping. And somehow, this works. The heaviest bony fish on Earth. Despite its awkward appearance, the ocean sunfish holds an incredible record. It is the heaviest bony fish alive today. An adult can grow up to 3 meters, 10 feet, long and weigh over 2,000 kilograms, 4,400 pounds. That's heavier than a small car. Let that sink in. This strange, floppy, half-fish-looking creature is one of the largest fish in the entire ocean. And yet, it doesn't behave like a powerful giant. It drifts. It floats. It flaps. It looks like it forgot how to be a fish. Dumb. Or just misunderstood. The ocean sunfish is often labeled as the dumbest animal alive. Why? Mostly because of its behavior. It spends a lot of time floating sideways near the surface of the ocean, sometimes barely moving. To observers, it can look like it's stuck, confused, or even dying. But this behavior actually has a purpose. Sunfish often dive deep into cold waters, sometimes hundreds of meters below the surface, to hunt for food. After these dives, they return to the surface and lie flat to absorb heat from the sun. It's basically sunbathing. So that weird floating behavior, it's not stupidity, it's survival. Still, that doesn't stop people from judging it. A diet that shouldn't work. If you're a massive animal, you usually need a massive, energy-rich diet. Sharks eat fish and seals. Whales consume krill by the ton. The ocean sunfish? It mostly eats jellyfish. Yes, those soft, gelatinous blobs that are basically ocean water with a pulse. Jellyfish are incredibly low in nutrients. They are not exactly a high-energy meal. And yet, the ocean sunfish survives and grows enormous on this diet. To make things even stranger, the sunfish doesn't have a proper chewing system. Its teeth are fused into a beak-like structure, meaning it can't really bite or chew like other fish. It just kind of sucks and swallows. It's like surviving on a diet of marshmallows and still becoming a heavyweight champion. The dirtiest animal in the ocean? Now let's talk about the dirtiest part of its reputation. The ocean sunfish is famous for being absolutely covered in parasites. We're talking dozens, sometimes hundreds, of different parasite species living on and inside its body. These parasites attach to its skin, burrow into tissues, and generally treat the sunfish like a floating apartment complex. It sounds disgusting. And honestly, it kind of is. But again, there's more to the story. Cleaning stations and bird helpers. To deal with its parasite problem, the ocean sunfish has developed a fascinating strategy. It visits cleaning stations in the ocean, areas where smaller fish gather to pick parasites off larger animals. The sunfish will swim slowly or even hold still while cleaner fish remove parasites from its body. But it doesn't stop there. Sometimes, the sunfish will come all the way to the ocean surface and lie flat, almost like it's presenting itself. Why? Because seabirds will land on it and eat the parasites. Yes, Birds, standing on a giant fish, in the middle of the ocean, having a snack. It's one of the strangest cleaning relationships in nature, a reproductive strategy that's completely insane. If there's one area where the ocean sunfish truly goes beyond absurd, it's reproduction. A single female ocean sunfish can produce up to 300 million eggs at once. That's not a typo. 300 million. This is the highest number of eggs produced by any vertebrate on Earth. Why so many? Because almost none of them survive. Baby sunfish are tiny, smaller than a grain of rice, and incredibly vulnerable. They look nothing like adults, starting off as small, spiky larvae before gradually transforming into the bizarre shape we recognize. Most are eaten by predators long before they reach adulthood. So the strategy is simple: overwhelm the odds. If you produce enough offspring, at least a few will survive. From tiny larva to giant oddity, the growth of an ocean sunfish is one of the most extreme transformations in the animal kingdom. They can increase their body mass by millions of times from birth to adulthood. Think about that. A creature that starts out microscopic eventually becomes a multi-ton giant. And along the way, it transforms completely, losing its larval spines, reshaping its body, and becoming the strange, flat form we see as adults. It's like watching an alien life form evolve in fast forward. Not as helpless as it looks. Despite its reputation, the ocean sunfish is not entirely defenseless. Its size alone detains many predators. Very few animals are capable of attacking a fully grown sunfish. The main known predators include large sharks, killer whales, and sea lions. Even then, attacks are not always successful. And while it may look clumsy, the sunfish is capable of diving to impressive depths and traveling long distances. It's not a helpless drifter, it's just unconventional. Why it looks so strange? The ocean sunfish belongs to a group of fish called tetraodontiforms, which also includes pufferfish and triggerfish. Over time, this group evolved in unusual ways, and the sunfish represents one of the most extreme outcomes of that evolutionary path. Its body shape, reduced skeleton, and unique swimming style, all adaptations, just not the kind we're used to seeing. Evolution doesn't aim for beauty. It aims for survival. And somehow, despite all odds, the ocean sunfish has survived for millions of years. So, is it really the worst animal? It's easy to laugh at the ocean sunfish. It looks weird. It behaves strangely. It seems inefficient and awkward. But every one of those traits serves a purpose. Its floating behavior helps regulate temperature. Its parasite problem is managed through cleaning relationships. Its bizarre body shape works for its lifestyle. Its insane reproduction ensures survival. In other words, it works. Nature doesn't create failures that survive this long. The real truth: the ocean sunfish isn't the dumbest, dirtiest, or ugliest animal that ever lived. It's something much more interesting. It's proof that life doesn't have to follow our expectations. It's a reminder that evolution can produce forms that seem ridiculous, but are perfectly adapted to their environment. And most of all, it shows that sometimes the strangest creatures are the ones that survive the longest. Because in the vast, unpredictable world of the ocean, being weird might actually be the smartest strategy of all.